All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me just get this background music on here. What's going on, everyone? Where are we? All right. Run. Happy Thursday, everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good afternoon. Gold on the absolutely beautiful run here, guys. Who's in these? Who got these gold longs here? Gold longs yesterday, gold longs again here today. Man, the markets are moving beautiful this week. Absolutely beautiful. And that's why I said to you guys, remember, Monday, Tuesday, didn't really know what the markets are going to do. Wednesday, Thursday, called hundreds and hundreds of ticks. So that's the name of the game that we're in. You might jump on the chart some days. You don't really know what's going to happen. For instance, Monday and Tuesday, I didn't really know what was going to happen for the markets. Wednesday and Thursday, we've absolutely maximized these markets. I didn't trade Monday and Tuesday. Look at this. I didn't trade Monday and I didn't trade Tuesday. But I come on here yesterday, and I absolutely maximize it. So that's just a message to you guys. I know some of you guys were maybe struggling to start the week and we didn't really know what was going to happen. And they're the times where you sit on your hands because you get moves like this week. And look at this. This is just absolutely amazing moves here on gold. Absolutely amazing moves. Audio video good. Awesome. Thank you, Bruno. Welcome back, everyone. If any of you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 8 years and mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. So good to be back on with you guys. Nice. Let's have a look. Sean got shaken out, exited, wait for the re-entry. Ripped. Damn, really? Where? Yeah, here. Yeah, there. No bottle break and just ripped. Here again, ripped. Absolutely ripped. I can see that, man. I can see that. I did take it this morning. I took a long swim about here on the personal, just playing this range. Didn't get it on my XFAs, but I did take a nice. What did I take this morning? I took a very nice $1,100 this morning. I woke up early as I had a very early 7 a.m. call, so I saw gold breaking out. I was like, man, I'm taking this trade. This is a beautiful trade. Got about 120 ticks. Nice. Beautiful work. You guys on YouTube and you guys on Zoom, who took these buys yesterday after we jumped off? Yeah, I trade New York, absolutely. You guys who were here yesterday, you guys on Zoom, you already know because we called these called these longs yesterday. But you guys on YouTube, did you guys get this trade? Because this is exactly what we spoke about yesterday. To the absolute T. It is everything that we spoke about yesterday happened here on gold. We spoke about shorts on gold. Where? Right back down into that VWAP. But we also said the bigger trade is to buy gold up into this perfect double top. And that's exactly what we did yesterday. Exactly what we did. So once you tag lows, you close bullish. We took longs here and made about 200 ticks. I had an absolute huge day of the markets yesterday. We called it all to absolute perfection. So you guys on Zoom, I know a lot of you guys caught it, which was amazing. It was a perfect trade. But you guys on YouTube, remember, that's why I say to you guys, keep these levels on your charts because they play out throughout the rest of the day. And we called this whole entire move up on gold to absolute perfection. Even if you did miss it, it doesn't matter. As long as you were able to see it. As long as you guys, if you go back to yesterday's stream, you want to try and figure out, why am I saying buying up into this double top? Why am I saying shorts down into this VWAP? Because it literally happened to perfection. We tried to short gold here, got chopped around, but we said short gold back to this VWAP before buying gold right up into this perfect double top. And it literally played out perfect. And these liquidity levels get hit time and time again. But what's important is, don't wait for me to press buy and press sell. You guys put these levels on your charts and they play out for the rest of the day. Now, we also saw in our Asia market call yesterday, we also called more longs up into this liquidity level once you get a pullback. I think it was right back down into this zone here, somewhere around here. We said fake out buys from this zone to buy gold all the way back up into this double top. So we had about 300 ticks yesterday, and then here again today another, call it 500. So it's like 800 ticks in the past 2 days. It's just absolutely insane. Insane calls. Called longs into these highs here in the London live stream yesterday, and then called longs up into here in our Asian market call last night as well. Absolutely beautiful plays in the markets. Crazy amount of opportunities. So many trades. So much volume. I took 1,000. No, sorry. I took 700 on the longs yesterday. Took $700 in them longs. That was the gold. I took 4 micros. 4 micros, 1 account. Now that we're back to good side, made $700. Did a very nice trade. A very nice trade. Yeah, caught it yesterday. At least, yeah, nice. Yep. Again, you know, what was the whole reason for massive longs on silver and massive longs on gold? It was the trendline plays. And again, I never show you guys any hindsight analysis. We spoke about all of this beforehand. This is exactly why I said I don't want to sell gold this week. And I didn't sell gold this week. I just waited for my buy setup. And I waited for my buy setup, and I've had a crazy week. So that was the reason for buying gold below weekly lows with a massive trend line coming down. That big trend line coming down is where most people are trying to short, but we're trying to buy up into it. Again, exactly the same thing. I took massive swing longs on silver. I unfortunately wanted to get in last night before I went to bed, and I stupidly forgot. But same thing. Massive trend line coming down. We are below previous weekly lows. Or maybe it was somewhere around here, I'm not 100% sure. We are below previous week lows, and we had a massive trend line. So again, I said, not only did I say I'm not selling gold and I'm not selling silver this week, but we also said longs. And this is an absolutely huge move. I did close my silver swing longs. I kind of wish I held some runners, because I'd be up like maybe 20,000 right now. But still, it was a great call. So massive longs on gold and massive longs on silver. Again, when I first jumped on the markets this week, Monday, Tuesday, I had no real idea of what was going to happen this week. I wasn't too sure where the markets were going to go. I didn't really have any key liquidity levels. All I really knew is I didn't want to be a seller down here, and I really wanted to be a buyer. So I didn't really trade Monday, didn't trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, absolutely capitalized on it. And remember, it's a key lesson before we jump in, guys. I just want to emphasize it as much as I can because it's very important. Is sometimes you'll jump in the markets, like today, like yesterday, you have perfect liquidity levels, perfect targets, perfect direction for trades, perfect breakouts, perfect volume. Some days, you jump on the charts and you don't really know what's going to happen. Like here, for example, you don't really know what's going to happen in these messy ranges. So these are the times where you sit on your hands and say, you know what? I don't really know where the markets are going to go right now. And guess what? That's okay. It's okay to not jump on every single time you look at a market and not know what's going to happen right now. But if you don't know what's going to happen right now, we'll just say to yourself, well, it might not make sense to me now, but in a couple of hours, if not a day, you get a daily breakout, you get some key liquidity levels, fantastic. Then I'm going to maximize them trades. But the times where I jump on the charts and I don't really know what's going to happen, well, I couldn't care less. Who cares? Exactly, Sean. Yeah, these 2 trades this week is enough for you to literally be done for the whole entire week. Quality over quantity, guys. Quality over quantity. And these were very high quality trades. Very high quality trades. Let me see if I can update the trade from this morning into my dashboard. Has it gone in? Yeah, cool. There we go. There's the trade this morning. Personal trade. Personal trade there, and I opened 2 silver longs on Tuesday, and I closed them yesterday for $9,400. So again, another 10k week. 2 simple trades. Let's have a look. So again, like I say, guys, I'm just these were all given beforehand as well. So that's what I say to you guys. We do our London analysis together. It might not always play out in the London session, but it plays out throughout the rest of the day. So I say to you guys, keep these levels on your charts throughout the whole entire day. because they play out to absolute perfection. Now, what could we see for London? Well, let's have a look. Let's have a quick look at the news. I don't believe we have anything today. I know we do have big news tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see, what do we have today? Thursday, the 19th of February. We have unemployment claims, 1:30 London time. We have some Royal Bank of New Zealand news, 11 o'clock London time. And then tomorrow, Friday, the 20th of February, we do have advanced GDP, 1:30 London time, core PCE price index, and then manufacturing PMI, 245. So, yeah. Hey, Mikey, what's going on, man? Yeah, 100% Mark, yeah, Sean, same. So for London, yeah, you know, again, it's it's unfortunate, but hey, the moves were there. So I said, you know, don't stick to trading sessions, stick to trading wherever gold is. Can you go over the buy today pre-session? I was looking at the charts too, thinking if I should take the trade, but hesitated. Keen to see what I've made you execute. Sure. So the reason that I executed is because we had this perfect double top target. So we called this level in our Asia market call yesterday, and my thought process was anyone who is selling gold would be very likely risking off this perfect double top. Because what do we know gold loves to do? If it's going to have a true move up or down, it loves to come up and liquidate previous highs or lows before having the sell-off. However, when you haven't done this, you haven't liquidated previous highs, you leave that perfect double top rejection off resistance without grabbing the highest point. That's where most people try and short gold and risk off the high. Therefore, I get rid of this, and I go, okay, cool. That's my liquidity level. Therefore, that's my direction. Same as yesterday. Literally the exact same thing yesterday, where we took gold buys. Perfect double top. If gold's going to have a true move down, it's going to come up and liquidate the highs. If it hasn't, then that's going to be my liquidity target. That's my direction. That's where I'm trading into. So exactly the same thing here today. I ideally, you know, I wanted to buy from down here, but again, I don't trade Asia. I wasn't on the chart, so I didn't buy from down here. However, when I jumped on for pre-London and I saw the plan was playing out to absolute perfection and we hadn't liquidated these highs here, I was like, fantastic. You're going to feel this range pretty quick, especially here you start breaking out. So I took longs somewhere around, let me see if I can see exactly where I took it. It was somewhere around there. I wasn't really too bothered about the entry. I just wanted to be in it. So I took it at 644. 644, so I took it somewhere around. And again, I didn't really care too much about having the perfect entry. I was like, this is breaking out perfectly. I want to be in it. Somewhere around here. Somewhere around this candle. Playing it back up into that liquidity target. I actually got out a little bit earlier. I actually got out of these highs here. Because I was like, you know, you could grab these highs and pull back because this is a very nice move up. So I took it from like somewhere like here to here. And yeah, that was it. The whole reason for the trade was clear as day. Clear as day liquidity targets. Whenever I have these clear targets, we're maximizing these trades as much as possible. Same as the buys yesterday. You guys on Zoom, I was posting in Discord. Don't trade here, don't trade here, don't trade here, don't trade here, don't trade here. Here, we grab lows. Fantastic. That's when we start to get interested. So I said, cool. Now that we've grabbed the lows, we break out. Bottom wick here. That's where we want to buy. Buying up into liquidity. Again, buying up into liquidity. So that was the trade for me here pre-London. Super simple. Nothing to overthink. I had perfect targets. I just took the trade. Unfortunately, I didn't get it here on my XFA. I just took it on my personal. I had to go on a call. But it was a great push. Exactly, Mikey. Yep, exactly. Yep, silver could do the same. Silver hasn't grabbed the highest point. But gold has, so I think silver could probably pull back quite a bit. Again, silver longs. Where would you be buying silver today? There's quite a lot of places, to be honest. Where's my tool? Silver longs again. An absolutely perfect fake out trade. Again, we said this in the Asia market call. I don't want to repeat myself, but it's so important. We said fake out buys from this level in the Asia call. You broke below, you broke straight back above, cool. There's your longs. You didn't get it from there, well, cool. Here's more longs. Buy here, buy here. More rejection from here, without grabbing the highs is more traps to bring in more sellers, more reasons to continue buying. Yeah, nice, sure, nice. Yeah, I actually think silver may have been nicer, actually, now that I look at this. Silver longs in Asia may have been nicer. It was a shame because I really wanted to buy silver before I went to bed and just left it again, but I stupidly forgot. But that was a lovely trade, man. Lovely trade. Caught the silver on the combine. Nice, 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 Jake. Yeah, nice. Yeah, looking at this, I think silver was probably nicer. Evening star on GC on the 30-minute. Yes, but remember, if you try and sell gold now, gold has pushed up 600 ticks today and also pushed up 1,000 ticks yesterday. So there's huge moves, huge bullish momentum in the markets right now. So do we want to try and short an evening star? Personally, not really. It is an evening star shaping up, don't get me wrong, but where's your liquidity targets? You know, what made these longs so nice, these longs so nice, and these longs so nice, is you had perfect liquidity targets. Do I have that right now to want to short an evening star? No. No. NQ, yep, we'll look at NQ. Yep, exactly, Sean. Some nice PA on both the past few days, which is good to see. Yes, absolutely, man. It is good to see after, like I say, Monday and Tuesday was very choppy. I didn't know what was going to happen Monday and Tuesday. But again, this is why patience always pays. When you don't know what's going to happen on Monday and Tuesday, you can sit there, you can force trades, and you can kick yourself, or you can wait for days like today, wait for days like yesterday, and just take good trades. And then you're not always chasing your tail of trying to make back poor trades on days where you really know you shouldn't be in the markets. That's the real key here. That's the real key. How did you place your stop loss this morning, since so much of the move had happened before you entered and the low was so far away? It's just any closure back below. Again, I think some of you guys, maybe you're overthinking it too much. You broke out of this level, like as long as you hold below this, I want to be in these markets. If you close back below, you know, I'll exit the trade straight away. So my stop loss was just any break back below this area, I would cut the trade straight away. But I was like, as long as you hold above this nice support, resistance, broke above it, as long as you hold above here, I just want to be in this trade. There was no need to overthink. If you worry too much about having the perfect stop with the perfect risk to reward, you leave hundreds of ticks on the cards. If I'd gone, I don't know about this trade, we've already pushed this much. The only stop I can see is down here. Well, it's like, okay, cool. I literally just missed out on a 200 tick trade because I talked myself out of the position. The stop loss is any break back below here. That would be my exit straight away. No thought process. But as long as we trade above this level here, I want to just be in this market because I have beautiful, beautiful, beautiful targets. Beautiful targets. This one here, Jake. This one. You cut your trade after that one. One before that. Oh, this one. Yeah. To be fair, that one's kind of messy. This one here is kind of messy. Yeah, it's a bit of an evening star here. So I'd probably say to myself, well, you know what? We're creating some intraday resistance. So let me wait for a bit of a breakout. As soon as this candle tags lows and closes bullish, I mean, even as it starts breaking highs, I'd want to be in that right away. You can even buy that candle right there. Because this rejection here, more sellers risking off this high. So as soon as this candle here starts tagging lows and breaking back above, I'd want to be buying this one straight away. Like that was also a great buy. 430 lunchtime, also a great buy. Because you tagged previous lows, you also start to re-break back higher, and you also broke back above VWAP. You also broke back above 5,000. So you broke back above 5,000, you broke back above VWAP, you broke back above previous resistance, you liquidated previous lows, and you left a perfect double top target. So buying around here on this current candle, grabbing lows and breaking out, I would want to be in that straight away. Yeah, I should have checked. Yeah, this one, honestly, I would just want to be in this straight away. It's the same here. You know, I could have gone, I want a bit of a bottom wick. I was like, if a bottom wick happens, great. I still want to be in it, though. I don't want to not be in it just because it doesn't have a bottom wick. If the bottom wick happens, great. But either way, I want to be in around that opening body price because that's where we always talk about. You know, any times we talk about these longs, same as here, I want to be in at the open of the body. So if it has a bottom wick, great. If not, I still want to be in the trade. A short that evening style thinking price will grab lows before a push. Which one did you short, man? This one here? This one? Or this one maybe? This one? Maybe this one, I think. The first one here, man. This one. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to think that, but again, you know, for me personally, daily bias is bullish, and I wouldn't even be considering shorts today. For me, shorts wouldn't even be a consideration today. Shorts didn't, like I said in the Asian market, like I wouldn't even be thinking of shorts. Because I know that this is the real move. Because you can try and short, but if you try and short, you know, you're trying to catch this. Like, you're trying to catch the scraps of the markets, but I want to be catching this. Like, I don't care about trying to catch these little moves. I want to be catching the real move. It's easy to sometimes get so zoomed into this without remembering that this is what we want. We have clear double top targets. That's what we want to be buying up into. So I can see what you mean for the shorts. Like maybe you think you're going to come down and grab some previous lows. But for me, remember, this was the buy level here. You're selling right into previous support. You're selling right into support with no real downside targets, with double top targets and bullish daily bias. So for me personally, I wouldn't take that short. If it does grab some more lows, great. More room to buy lower, but it's not a trade that I would want to take. It's not a trade I'd want to take. I can see what you mean though. You know, you tagged high, you close bearish. Maybe you're thinking you're going to come down and re-grab the lows. I completely agree with that thought process. It's just more so to say that I just wouldn't take that trade. I would be happy to miss that trade. Because if I get rid of this, it's kind of hard. But if we let's just ignore this for a second and say, look, we just tagged highs, we closed bearish. Maybe we're gonna come down and re-grab some lows, which is like, yeah, maybe. But like I say, you're trying to trade this range when we have this real range to trade. Like I want to be in this real move as opposed to trying to catch the tough moves in the markets. I want to be taking the easy trades. The easy trades where the markets are breaking out. I've got very clear as day targets, couple of hundred ticks away. Like I want these easy trades. Whereas these trades trying to short, that's where it can get a bit tough. But like I said, I can see what you're thinking, man. But for me personally, when I see yesterday confirm that beautiful bullish fake out, I'm buying today. I'm not selling today personally. So it's just again, it's part of the lesson, man. So it's good. I appreciate you sharing the loss because that's how we grow here, man. That's how we grow. Yeah, we'll look at some trades, guys. Gold's, like I said, Gold's had a big push. So I just, rather than just sat here actively always looking for trades, I want to teach you guys about the plan because that's what's the most important part here. So if you're just sat here thinking, is he going to take some trades? You are on the wrong stream. You are on the wrong stream. I'm teaching you guys the very, very key part of the plan that literally happens time and time and time again. That's the most important part here. Let's just have a look, man. In what scenario would you be cautious when the hourly candle doesn't have a bottom wick? How do you, as in like if it doesn't have a bottom wick here and it opens and grabs my liquidity, then here I wouldn't buy because there's no bottom wick. It could come all the way right back down because it's tagged the highs. But if we haven't grabbed liquidity and there's not much of a bottom wick or there's no bottom wick, it doesn't really matter too much. As long as I have clear targets, you've grabbed lows, you've broken out. If it has a bottom wick, great. But if not, I still want to be in the trade. I want to be in around that opening price anyway. So if a bottom wick happens, that's fine. If it happens first, great, even better. Then I'll take the flip. But if it pushes up, I just want to be in it. As soon as, you know, this candle, for instance, yesterday, tag lows held, this candle closed bullish. I didn't wait for a bottom wick. I just wanted to be in it. I just want to be in the trade straight away. Same as this move from down here, for example. You tag lows, you close bullish. I just want to be in the trade. You don't need any more confluences than that. You need more confluence. You're overthinking it. This candle here has just confirmed exactly what we want to see. So if you wait for even more, you're trying to chase perfection as opposed to just executing. Like I say, if it has a bottom wick, fantastic. That's even better. I want to be in at the opening price anyway. As long as my stop loss is now below there, I'm more than safe. And that was a great trade. That was a great trade. Mr. Long, need you give me a trade ASAP. All right, I got you, man. I got you. Gold, more gold buys. More gold buys. Let's have a look at NQ. Some of you guys looking at NQ. Let's see. Yep, exactly, Callum. I like what you said. Don't stick to the session. Look at price. I have started to move away from London Open and moved to 10 a.m. Looking at ES and NQ. Yep, nice. Yeah, that's it. That's the thing for gold. You know, you trade something like NQ, you will get big moves on NQ at the New York Open. Gold doesn't really move like that. Gold moves depending on where it's at in the markets. You can see gold move London Open. You can see gold move pre-London. You can see gold move in Asia. You could see gold move yesterday pre-New York. I take my trades based off gold grabbing lows and breaking out, not based off sessions. I don't really care too much about sessions for gold. Gold doesn't wait for sessions. Like this yesterday, New York session didn't open till here. You had a great volume, but you also moved pre-New York. Same as Asia. You have these great moves, and if gold's moving, gold's moving. We just want to be on it. And the reason that we can take these trades without waiting for session opened, like you kind of say, well then, how do you trade if you're not waiting for sessions open? How do you know when to be on the charts? Well, it's very simple. Waiting for these hourly candle closures. And this is exactly what we called yesterday in Discord. I said, don't trade here, don't trade here, don't trade here, don't trade here. However, here, we're going to trade. Why? Because we grabbed lows, we held VWAP, and we broke out on the 30-minute. Now it's time for me to sit on the charts and start executing. But for this whole entire price action, I wasn't watching. Walking the dog, sit in the sun, reading my book, having coffee, and just letting the markets come to me. It's the best way to trade. Let's have a look, man. Yeah, exactly, Sean. It literally takes me 30 seconds or generally like a minute of thought process to look at my, like right now, I could come on here, okay, cool, it's 9 a.m. Let me have a quick look at my hourly candle closure. Oh, we closed a bit doji. Is there anything shaping up for me to trade the next hour? No? Cool. Walk away for the next hour. Don't even think about it. I showed you. What book, Alad? It's an interesting book. It's called Ikigai. It's called The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. And so far, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let me see if I can show it here. I did slack off reading, but I am trying to get back into reading this year. It's this book here. I'm at the age where I'm trying to find purpose and fulfillment in life. So I thought this could be a good read. So yeah, this is the book I'm reading here. It's pretty cool. I'm only a little bit into it. But yeah, that's the book I'm reading right now. It's a good one. Nice. Yeah, so far it's good. Yeah, I hope I'm saying right, Ikigai. Oh, nice. Okay, Tom. Nice. Thank you, man. I'll check it out. Let me see. Let me go here, man. Ikigai. Nice. There you go. Nice. Ryan Holidays. Nice. Cool. I like reading trading books as well, but to be honest, sometimes I'd like to not read trading books because my whole life is trading. So I just thought I'd just read something a bit different for a change. Let's have a look. See what we got on NQ. Where are we? So again, NQ longs. We called NQ longs yesterday as well. Why were we calling NQ longs? Because we were below weekly lows and we were at 24,500 without grabbing any highs. So again, we called longs on NQ all this week. And look at this, absolute perfection. You jump on. This is beautiful. I should have taken a swing trade on here. This is beautiful. You jump on the markets. You see price below daily and weekly lows at massive support without grabbing any highs. Man, you buy this all day long. You guys remember we spoke about this again on all of these live streams for you guys on YouTube for absolutely free. I don't trade NQ, but it does the exact same thing. We spoke about price to come up and liquidate all of these daily highs. Why? Because you were below weekly lows, you were below daily lows, and you hadn't grabbed any upside liquidity levels. So this right here, buys yesterday, was a great trade. Now, what could we see for NQ here today? To me, it'd be a sitting on my hands day. I would have bought Wednesday, and I also would have bought Thursday. But now when I come onto the charts here today, you're tagging lows, you're tagging highs, you're at resistance, you bounce off support. You could easily get a little bit of a range. The most interesting thing is you are at previous week lows and starting to break back above. If we have a quick look at this monthly, halfway through the month, look at this huge rejection. So you're at massive monthly support, you're at massive weekly support, You're at massive daily support. But sorry, not daily support, you're at intraday resistance right now. So could there be potential for intraday pullbacks before going higher? Yeah, I would say so. It almost looks like you're trying to form a bit of a head and shoulders play. You have a bit of a trend line coming up. Again, it doesn't, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look clean. I think buying yesterday so buying Wednesday and buying yesterday. Wait, yesterday was Wednesday. Buying Tuesday and buying Wednesday was very nice. Today, I would be cautious. Why? Because we've grabbed all of our liquidity levels. These were all of our liquidity levels for NQ. Same as gold right now. We've taken the trades, we've bought into the liquidity levels, but now that you're above weekly daily highs, you've grabbed week lows. Personally, I would be sitting on my hands right now for NQ. I'll be sitting on my hands. Could you get a bit of retracement? Yes, you could. Again, it depends on what trades you've taken this week. If I was to short NQ, it'd be depending on if I've made money taking the easy buy. Because the easy trade on NQ this week was buying. If I didn't make money buying, would I start selling it? No. If I made money buying, would I want to leverage maybe a little bit of shorts? Yeah, maybe. It is risky. Why is it risky? Well, what did we just do for the past 2 hours? We closed bearish, we tagged lows and closed straight back bullish. So to me, that's a pretty decent fake out. You've also just broken back above 25,000. So we can say for the day so far, is NQ bullish or bearish? Well, I would say right now we're pushing bullish. Therefore, if I wanted a short for whatever reason, I would wait for a little bit more. Personally, and again, I'm not saying you guys can't short. I'm just saying for me personally, would I short NQ? No, I wouldn't personally. I'm not too sure about silver, to be honest, Corey, because gold already grabbed the highs. I'm not too sure if silver does need to. But again, if I was buying silver, I'd want to be buying back down here or here. I wouldn't really be doing too much here. I think you very likely range for a good couple of hours. You've already had such amazing moves here on silver. Like, look at this, just huge, absolutely huge moves. So I think you could easily just chop for a very, 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 very long time. If you guys maybe haven't got some of the trades this week for whatever reason, yeah, I would be careful trading up here on silver. That's the reason I'm not really, so I'm breaking down the markers with you guys. I'm not really going too crazy here. Hey, come 800 is good. Don't let me talk you out of the trade, man. It could still play nice. ES and NQ, they're not my speciality, I guess I could call it. Is that what you call it? I don't know. I don't trade these enough, but yeah, to me, if it was gold, I mean, it's a nice 30-minute fake out, but I would just be cautious that you did also do the same thing to downside. You tag lows, you close bullish, you also tag highs and close bearish. So to me, it just looks like a bit of a range. You're kind of right at support. So I mean, hey, 850 is 850, man. Still, it's a nice way to start the Thursday morning. No, I haven't come. No, I haven't. I like candlestick price action the most. I do know people who do use it on like a high time frame. But yeah, I like the candlesticks, man. I like the candlesticks. Crude all looking amazing. Nice. We can have a look at Crude. What do you think of NQ strategy of playing retracements to true midnight open? I'm not really too sure. It's like trading into midnight open is not really something I look at. Again, if we were to, let's have a look. It is tough because, like I say, the nicest trade was buying NQ. Buying NQ here Wednesday, buying, sorry. What I keep thinking is Friday. Buying here Tuesday and buying here Wednesday. That was the nicest trade. They were great trades. And there was great opportunities as well with our plan. Here, I'm not so sure. Because of the gains, yeah, true. I'm out for the week. Crude, let's have a look. Crude. Let's have a look. Yeah, so again, I know it's not a market I trade very often, but crude longs up into the highs of this range look very nice. Very nice. Did you tag weekly lows, same as gold, same as NQ? Let's see. It's pretty messy, but technically you did. It's pretty messy, but yeah, technically you did grab lows and you're breaking highs. So yeah, I would say crude longs into the highs of this range look nice. Again, though, you've already had a pretty crazy move here. You had your support, you tagged lows, and you've had a massive break back higher. But yeah, overall, I would say crude longs into 66.50 look nice. To me, it's a very, very, very overextended market. I would be cautious buying this high. I certainly wouldn't be selling up here either, personally. Micro Bitcoin, let's have a look. What we've been up to, Bitcoin, let's have a look. Where are we at? 67,000. 67,000. How are we look on the weekly time frame? I did buy some long-term Bitcoin. If we come back down to 60s or previous weekly lows or monthly lows, I will buy more. Yeah, to 10, sure. It's 10. I told Chow that in Bali. He didn't listen. He's still long. But yeah, we are at nice support. Again, with me buying Bitcoin, I'm not looking for a run into all-time highs. If I buy Bitcoin from here and I retrace it back up into 75 to 80, it's like a 20-30% return. That's all I'm really looking to do here. 30% return. But it does look like we might squeeze a little bit lower. It does. The daily is a little bit range bound. I think we can maybe hit 65 one more time before we do see that push. It does follow same principles that we use for gold of tagging previous highs and lows before having that real move. So yeah, I would be watching for potential short. Same as here. Look at this. What do you do? Tag the highs, huge sell-off. Come up, tag the highs, huge sell-off. Again, come up, tag the highs, huge sell-off. So could we see the exact, again here, look at this. Tag the highs, sells off. Tags the lows, big push up. Tags the lows, big push up. So even if, again, what did you not do here? You never tagged lows before this push up. But again, once you start tagging highs, cool. You tag the highs, you break back below, now you're going to come down, target the lows. So there is the possibility that you may do something like this. I don't intraday trade Bitcoin. But if I was intraday trading, I would look for potential shorts back down into 65. Nice push on NQ. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, still grinding higher again. So like I said, so I don't want to sell it. I don't want to sell it. And for Goldie, for today, guys, yeah, again, gold is a little bit tough here as well today. Why is it tough? Well, it's not tough. You've already had a great move today. But why is it tough right now? Well, we're above previous daily highs. And that was where we were buying up into. We're buying up into them liquidity levels. But now you're above previous daily highs without really grabbing many daily lows. Yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen with gold from here. Am I going to sell it? No, definitely not. I'm certainly not going to sell gold. So I'd have to see some decent price action to say. You do still have a bit of a trend line coming down like this. So if you have a trend line coming down like this, where's our liquidity targets? Well, it's usually around the second touch. So there is still the possibility that we do squeeze higher. But again, if I was going to be a buyer on gold back up into 5,080, I wouldn't want to be a buyer here. I'd want to see a decent pullback. Yeah, I'd say so, Sean. Yeah, if that, to be honest. If that today. You're above them previous daily highs, you could also range today. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of a range bound day today. But again, range bound doesn't mean we can't take trades. Which is something I'd be cautious of. That's what, like I say, if you guys haven't got the buys into these liquidity levels from this week so far, although it might be annoying and it might be frustrating, don't trade off that emotion. Do the logical thinking of, if I took this trade, would I be trading here? If I took this trade, would I be trading here? And if the answer is no, don't trade. If the answer is yes, because it's still presenting a good setup, amazing trade. You got to film a day in the life, Alan, exactly. Would like to take a swing long on gold position for a couple of days. Which zone would be great? Unfortunately, man, you've missed the swing trade. I was swing trading silver. The swing trade on gold was below week lows down here. That was the swing trade. If you were looking for a swing to hold for a couple of days, it was 2 days ago. Unfortunately, there's no swing trades right here. I was doing the same thing on silver. I was oh sorry, silver. I was doing the same thing. I was buying silver and holding it for a few days. Well, where was I buying? I was buying at weekly support. So the swing trades on gold and silver were 2 days ago. Unfortunately, man. Unfortunately, is there new swing trades that you'd buy and hold for a couple of days on gold right now? Personally, there's not. No, personally, there's not. I mean, I say buy for a couple of days. I was hoping to. I mean, I was looking to hold my silver trade for a good couple of days. However, I held it for a day because we just ripped so much. Why was I buying from down here on silver? Well, again, we spoke about this all week. We had a huge trend line coming down. You were below previous weekly lows. So this was the place to buy and hold and leave it for a couple of days. Not up here. So, don't get me wrong, I'd love to take a trade and hold it for a couple of days. But unfortunately, that move was, it was 2-3 days ago. It was right back down here. Where were you buying from down here? Into all of this trend line. It's same as exactly the same thing as gold. Where were the buys this week on gold? Well, again, we've called it every single day. Massive trend line coming down. Most people trying to short that. So where was the opportunity to take a trade and hold it for a few days? It was right back down here. Why was it down here? Because it was below weekly lows. So you could have bought this on, again, Tuesday and you got out here today. Let's hand strikes again. Yeah, that's true. I was, to be honest, I actually still look at silver and I think there is still room for silver to come much higher. Like this, look, like this. You have this bigger trend line in play as well. So silver still could shape up for a decent swing trade because you still have a massive trend line coming down. And I was tempted when I bought from here to hold up into this trend. I was like, no, I took from here to here. I think as a percent move, it was like 5% or something. So I was like, yeah, I'm taking my money and running. But is there still opportunity to silver to have a bit of a buy and hold? Yes, there definitely is. Back up into the highs from the 11th of February around 86.1. If I'm going to take a trade like that, where am I going to buy and hold? I'm going to buy and hold at support. I'm not going to buy and hold here. Yeah, pretty much, Josie. I just, again, like I took this, I took this trade on silver, where is it here? Around my nighttime. This isn't right. Maybe this is, but this isn't right. These times aren't right. But I opened this on Tuesday night before I went to sleep. Around, where is it? Around here. And yeah, I just have, it's the same as day trading. I guess I just have trust in my plan that there's no need for me to worry. I have stops in place in case anything does happen and the plan doesn't work. It's the same thing, I guess, just high time frames. I just accept the risk before I take the trade and I just execute and let it go, let it do its thing. If I was trading too big of size, then yeah, it would affect my sleep. But I was only trading 0.5s here. Look at this, I was only trading 0.5s. Where is it? Can you see the size? How do we see the size? Can you see the size? There it goes, 0.25. 0.25. So if you guys in the futures times, that's 2.5 micros. If you could trade 2.5 micros, that's all that is. That's all I was in this trade for. 2.5 micros. Two of them, 0.5. So 5 micros. A 5 micro trade. Yeah, still big on silver, that's true. But the reward was that big, and it's very rare, very rare that I jump on and I see this perfect trend line, this perfect of trend line. It's very rare, especially on the higher time frame like this, that it gets respected this much. So as soon as I see this trend line get respected this much, below weekly lows, I'm like, oh, I'm buying this all day long. I'm not even thinking about it. I'll buy that all day long. No hesitation, no fear. Very rare where you see a trend line on gold or silver get built up for since the 13th all the way until the 18th. Very rare. You likely manipulate before then. But when I see this big of a trend line below weekly lows at massive support, I'm like, yeah, I am buying this all day long. There's no thought process for me on this trade. At any opportunity, I'm buying this trade. I'm buying this trade. If it didn't work, I would be very happy with that trade. I'd be very happy with the loss because it was such a huge amount of liquidity and such a huge amount of daily support and weekly support. I was like, yeah, I just want to be in this trade. I want to be in here. Hey Aaron, thanks for being transparent, helping others. 99% of influencers out there are fake. Thank you, man. I appreciate you tuning in. It's the reason I'm showing you these trades here. Showing you guys these here. Also show you that these are on my actual live account as well. Not like all these other traders that you see on social media that flex making all these profits but never show you that it's actually real. I did take a 6 hour silver trade this week on my Topstep account as well, which was also nice. Remember, with these Topstep accounts, it's like, you know, you can hold this throughout the whole day. You don't need to be let me see if I can send this. Where are we? Let me see if I can send it. You don't need to be, you know, in and out in 5 minutes. You can hold these trades on Topstep. You could buy in Asia, you could hold London, you can hold it for a couple of hours. I did post a video yesterday breaking down that exact silver trade as well. Not this one here. A short on silver. Where did I post it? So I'm still taking these trades. We know when I'm executing, I'm holding it for a couple of hours, even on my XFAs here as well. Where was it? Was it on this account? Yeah, here. You guys can see here. Look. Oh, is it these two silver trades here and here? No, here, sorry, here. These two. 650, 735 was like 1,350 or something. My duration time was 7 hours and 45 minutes. Could I make that bigger? No. 7 hours and 45 minutes. I took it at 8:21. I closed it at 4 p.m. So it was a 7-hour trade. But again, it didn't require me to sit there and watch it and overthink too much. I just took it and I just set my alerts and I went about my business. Went about my day. I have my own live account. What? I have my own live account. I will probably get moved to live on Topstep soon. I have my own live account as well. To get moved to live on Topstep, you're taking 5 payouts from a consecutive single XFA. Well, I don't really do that very often. Yep. Yeah, silver going for that liquidity now. Yep. It's still pretty overextended for me. Yeah, I would say so, Sean. Yeah, definitely. Other than gold, yeah, silver's price actually is very nice. Yeah, exactly, Jake. The trend line is just so nice just because it's had so many touches without manipulating it at all. So many touches without grabbing it. When I see that many touches, I'm like, man, you're gonna rip this trend line. You're gonna absolutely rip that trend line. The amount of people trying to short that trend line is crazy. What do you mean not as consistent? You can literally see payouts here. Does this look like inconsistent payouts or does this look like consistent payouts? 3,500 January the 7th, 3,500 January the 23rd, 2,500 January 26th, 2,500 February the 2nd, 2,700 January the 6th. If you still have skepticism after that, then I don't really care, to be honest. Why am I not on a Topstep live account? Because you have to take out 5 payouts from a single XFA. Will that happen soon? Probably. But my goal is to take as many payouts as I can and still trade my live account. I have personal accounts as well. Yeah, I had 5 payouts from an XFA before. I had 5 payouts from a single XFA before. However, the amount in the balance just wasn't enough to take it to live, so there was no real point. I think after my 5th payout in one of my XFAs, I think I had like 2,000 left after the 5th payout, and it was like, there's no point taking that to live. You're going to trade live with 2,500. Yeah, nice salad. Yep, all good, man. All good. Told you so, man. Yeah, literally, Sean. Yeah, literally. But yeah, Goldie still squeezing higher, guys. Like I say, I'm not buying gold. The reason I'm not buying gold is because you've already had a great push. I think you'll very likely range. There's the reason I'm not actively looking for live trades right now. We're just breaking down everything here for you guys. Do you use Dom? No, I don't use Dom, man. No, I don't use Dom. I don't use Dom. Criteria is, well, as far as I'm aware, it's taken 5 payouts from a single XFA. A balance you keep your... no, you know, with these payouts, this is always taken out 50%. So if I get to like 5,000 or 6,000, I'm always taking out half. I'm always taking out, yeah, I'm always taking out half. So I try and keep at least 2,000 in there. For example, this account that I'm trading here, what do I have in this right now? I got 4,800. So I have 4,800 in this account. I do believe if I take another 1 or 2 payouts from this, if I have a big enough balance, this will potentially go to live. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, you know, I lose accounts every now and again. I still take losses, still lose accounts. Might take a couple of payouts, then, you know, have a bit of a losing run, lose the account, but still got my payouts. It happens. Yeah, we need a day in the live video from ours, yeah. Yeah, there's potential long trades, but there's just there's no targets, man. There's no targets for gold right now. The targets have all been met massively on gold. That's why I'm kind of just sitting back and just, yeah. I honestly think you have to wait for a good couple of hours. Nice exit on that NQ short there, man. NQ still squeezed higher. So I said I was a bit skeptical to sell these markets. You're selling right at support. You're selling right at support after an hourly tag lows and close bullish. So good cut on the short there on ES, man. It's just kind of, yeah, holding support, holding resistance. So it's also why I said I'm not really too keen on trading ES and NQ right now, is you look like you could more so range. You tag lows, you close bullish, you're pushing up. So I wouldn't really want to sell this. Well, we didn't, and it wouldn't have worked anyway. So saved ourselves a loss there. Remember, guys, there is the Topstep 30% off only until tomorrow as well. You guys need to just post that. It's only until tomorrow. So if you guys do want to check it out, I'll just post it in there. Oh, nice, Philip. Ultimate Patience Day. I'm $98 from passing my first combine. Yes, amazing, man. Amazing. Yeah, patience today, absolutely, man. Patience pays, and try not to even think about it, to be honest, man. Try not to think about it. You know, don't tell yourself you're $100 away from passing. You say, you know what? I'm just going to focus on continuing to take good trades. If I pass today, fantastic. If not, if I take a loss today, that's also okay. Just keep trading consistently. Like if you take a trade today and it doesn't work, don't think about how much you now need to have to make. Just focus on just trading consistently. You trade consistently, you're gonna pass. $98 away from passing is amazing, man. Personally, for me, if I was that far away from passing, I would be careful trading in here right now. You can make $100 easy, but I'd wait for a good opportunity to take it easy. Not where gold has the potential to very likely range. But $100 away from passing is amazing, man. But again, like I say, you got to kind of see it from both sides. Don't also let that make you hesitate as well. Do everything that you have done to got to the point of being $100 away from passing, and you will pass. You will pass, man. $98 away from passing first combine is fantastic. Fantastic work. Let's have a look here. So it got NQES kind of ranging, still squeezing a little bit higher, so I said I didn't want to short. You have silver coming up for the double top target again. It's not a trade I would take this high, but it's nice to see it squeezing out the highs. Look at this for a run on silver. It's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely incredible run. You don't see runs like this very often, but that is a phenomenal run. You range from the 12th of February all the way until the 17th. You finally have that great breakout. That was a huge push. That's gonna be trade of the month there on silver. Clean price action. Exactly, that's the thing. Yeah, rip the trend line in 2 days. The thing, you range from the 12th, chop, 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 grind down, grind down, grind down, for literally until the 18th, and you rip it in like I say, in 2 days. It was a beautiful move as well. Yeah, we were literally, yeah, exactly. We were only talking about this on stream on Tuesday. Exactly, yeah, we were talking about this trend line on Tuesday. And Tuesday we were right down here. That's why I closed my swing trade here, because I was like, this much of a move in a day is huge. I literally took it from there to there. I'm like, I'm done. That's a massive trade. Would you suggest 50 combine or 150? I mean, you have 100s as well. I'm trading 100s here. If you have never yet had a payout, I would trade 50s, because you can get great payouts trading 50s. 50s is more than enough, especially in these markets. I think 50k is more enough. Personally, I like the 100s. I used to trade 50s as well. I've had some great payouts even trading 50s. Built up some incredible XFAs also just trading 50s. So yeah, I think 50 is more than enough. If you want a little bit more drawdown, then you know you can look at the 100s, 150. But if you've not had payouts, get them 50s over the line. So in terms of what we see for the rest of the day, guys, I'm honestly not really too sure what gold and silver are going to do for today, and that's okay. Why is it okay? Because I bought yesterday and we bought here today. We gave these clear liquidity targets. Whatever happens above here, I'm not too sure. If anything, I would expect gold's probably going to range. I would expect you'll see a bit of a range day on gold now. Why could we also range? Not just because we've had a big move. Not only have we had 2 days of just absolutely just clean price action. Well, tomorrow we have advanced GDP 1:30 London time. We also have core PCE price index at 1:30 London time. And at 2:45 London time, we have manufacturing PMI. So we've had 2 massive moves up to yesterday and today. There's no news today in the New York session, and there's massive news tomorrow. So to me, that screams you could very likely range. Doesn't mean you will, but it's, to me, it would be more likely than not. What would make me trade for the rest of the day is pulling back and having clear liquidity targets. That would make me want to trade. So with that being said, YouTube guys, just a catch-up session today. No trades for me here in London. I had the pre-London buys. But I'm very likely going to be sitting on my hands today. Why? Because I've maximized the past 2 days. So when you maximize the past 2 days and you come on today and you've hit your liquidity targets that we spoke about, you've hit the trend line that we also spoke about, well, today's the day where I go, you know what? Let me just take a step back and not give back my gains. Because I'm not here to trade every single day, and I'm not here to predict the markets. I'm here to stay reactive and look for the good quality trades. So with that being said, guys, I will see you guys same time again tomorrow. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Great session today. Hopefully you guys learned more of the plan. You follow the liquidity levels that we speak about, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Trade safe. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.